Hi, I'm Mike Stevenson. I'm the producing artistic director at Capital Stage, and this is...
Kirk Blackinton. I directed the Nether. So the Nether is essentially the evolution of the internet into a completely self-actualized virtual reality world that you can log into and interact in a way that you would interact in as a physical person. And
Mr. Doyle, we have not told your wife. At this point, we are merely detaining you. We need information on this man called Papa. In exchange, we will protect your identity.
So the Nether, the play, I think you and I talked about it, is more a mystery, I think, than it is sort of anything else if you had to kind of categorize it as something sort of a science fiction mystery. And we're allowed sort of into this world through the eyes of the interrogator who works for a sort of nebulous organization who's trying to find answers to some stuff about a particular realm in the Nether universe called the Hideaway.
Your login records indicate you spend a great deal of time online.
You have a lot of work on your hands if that's become a crime.
We're able to track most of our users, but your identity encryption is unlike anything we've ever seen. Once you log in, you disappear.
Are you pissed you can't target me for advertising?
We don't care about you, Mr. Sims. It's your realm, the Hideaway. Have you heard of obscenity laws?
My realm is properly registered and meets all international requirements.
Now, what was it like to direct this play?
Hard. It was really... it was emotionally exhausting, and I feel like in order to be a shepherd of a play like this without giving too much away, obviously the subject matter inside of it is delicate and interesting, and it's a story worth telling, but it's a hard story to tell, and I think the actors had to process a lot of things that we don't let our brains think about a lot of the time in real life, and so they had to kind of look into a darker part of our world and kind of try to see things there that they might not actively try to see normally. And I think that's the same challenge that the audience is presented with, is that they have to kind of look into this world that isn't the most comfortable place to be, to kind of make some decisions that aren't easy to make.
As a scientist, how can you say that? Sensation is our gateway.
Yes? Gateway to what?
To understanding the rules of the world.
The world we walk upon. But what about the world of our imagination?
Exactly the same. People meet as physical beings in the Nether.
But there are no longer physical barriers to that contact. Now, we may communicate with anyone through any form we choose.
It's always been, I think, just because I was an actor before I was a director, I think the actors have always been my favorite part. I love finding the way with them and finding the story with them, and I think for me it's one of the most truly collaborative sort of art forms that exists, and good directors that I've worked with, like you, find a way to make sure that the whole room always feels engaged and always feels like part of the process. And that means, from top to bottom, everybody that's involved, there shouldn't be a person that's sitting with you in a rehearsal space that isn't somehow engaged in the process in a meaningful way. The actors I have in this play have been amazing. Just going on the journey with each of the 5 of them in a meaningful way that's the best part to me.
Yeah.
Out of a lot of really good parts.
Well, come see The Nether, directed by Kirk Blackinton.
Yes, please.